Hello, hi, and welcome. I'm just jumping on here to do a little bit of an impromptu VR. I'm going to be, I think the hashtag is underrated decks. I'll find it and add it in the description and tag the original creator. But I'm going to go through 10 decks that from my collection, I feel like they're underrated or they don't get the hype or the limelight that they deserve here on TarotTube and in the tarot community at large. So I'm going to be doing 5 oracle decks, 5 tarot decks, and we're just going to jump right in. So let's start with oracle. Okay. My first underrated deck is the Offerings Oracle. This is by Caitlin Grania, and they are a host on one of my favorite witchy spiritual podcasts called Third Eye Bind. So good. They really talk about so many amazing topics and are very focused on ethical approaches, kind of showing the weak points in a lot of spiritual spaces, cultural appropriation, bypassing, all the But one of the hosts, Caitlin, created this oracle deck. They are in, I'm gonna wait. They are from the tradition, let's see, I always miss a letter in it, so I don't want to, okay. Espiritista, so Espiritismo. And it's a tradition of, let's see, so a Caribbean spiritual tradition. And let's see, to put it very simply, Espiritismo is the belief that spirits, gods, and other incorporeal entities have influence over the mental, physical, spiritual, and financial health of the living, for better or for worse. Through the practices of Espiritismo, we, the living, begin to commune and communicate with the spirits. We cultivate real relationships with the spirits who support us and protect us in our spiritual, ethical, and earthly advancement. They do go into here, who are the good spirits and what makes them so good. Just, speaking to having discernment and what kind of energy you're calling in. I got this deck. It was on Kickstarter. Beautiful gilding. It was on Kickstarter. I did not back it on Kickstarter. Because I think I was backing quite a few decks at that time, but I did buy this. It's still available. Let me see if you can see the, pretty hard to see, but it's motherofmystics.com if you want to purchase. So basically, these are all cards that you can use to connect to your good, well, and wise spirits, your ancestors. Yeah, I love it. I think the colors are so beautiful. I love this collage work. I think it has really great keywords. I tend to use this to connect to my ancestors, kind of in a way where I'll have the intention of, I usually ask the question, what offering can I give to myself? And then, in conjunction, giving to my ancestors, to honor them, to honor myself, to honor our lineage. And then I'll pull a card or two and kind of see what comes up. I've really enjoyed this. I get a lot of the candle and coffee and this water card often. So those basics, which kind of signals to me that I need to do kind of get some good spiritual hygiene, some spiritual, what's the word I'm looking for? just like a practice of kind of those basics. I do have an ancestral altar. I love this one. I love that the Mother Mary, she pops up quite often in this deck, which I personally enjoy. But yeah, I feel like it gives me a moment to just tune in and see how I can both honor myself and then in return honor my good, well, and wise spirits. I think it is, let me see. It is only, I want to say it's, okay, 33 cards. But it doesn't feel like it's missing anything. I don't know. I love this one. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Well done, Caitlin. Okay. That's number one. A fun one that has like very specific purpose and use. And I don't know of any other one quite like it on the market. So, Offerings Oracle. Okay, let's jump to Tarot. I'll show this next one because I know I've shown it before. So I won't spend too much time on it. But that is the Teller Tarot. I adore this deck. It is a RWS clone, but it is like redrawn, and we get a lot of like fun decorative embellishments within it that I honestly feel like add quite a bit when I am reading. I love this limited color palette. I think it's so fun and fresh. Look at the eyes on that horse. It just reads really well. It reads like obviously any other RWS. This is my preferred if I want to read RWS. Honestly, this is what I reach for. I have the Centennial version in a tin, which does give me very clear readings, but if this is what I'm going to reach for if I want some of that traditional artwork coming in. And I think it's just really beautiful and a really fun RWS clone. I was in between this and Moon Baby. I still think Moon Baby's super cool, but I'm glad that I went with this one. Oh, and these are the backs. So yeah, Teller Tarot. A goodie. All right. Let's see. Okay. Next up, back to Oracle. The Wisdom of the Sacred Oracle. This is by Judy Lanfreddy. I don't think I said who Teller Tarot is by. This is available on Etsy and their website, but it is available on Etsy. Let me see if it says. And the guidebook is very basic, honestly. It's kind of bare bones. You get the reproduction and then upright and reverse meanings for all the cards. But again, it's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, so. Okay. This also was on Kickstarter. I don't know how I missed it, but it also is still available in print, at least since I've only had this for a couple months, and it wasn't still in print, at judylanfreddy.com. Hopefully that's picking up. I can't see. I really, really, really love this deck. And the beautiful packaging. It is a chunk. How many cards do we have here? 63 cards, so you know we love that. The guidebook is just like a little Z-fold, but I think it has really great keywords for, like 3 keywords for each. And the artwork is incredibly intuitive, in my opinion, so I don't usually even pick that up. These are the backs. kind of this matte antique gold edging. Again, they are big cards. I have small hands, but these are big cards. So yeah, it's like a mixed media collage. And I find it to be so beautiful. I love just pulling one or two and really sitting with it. And really seeing like what I'm picking up from it. It actually pairs quite well with a bunch of decks. I mean, what comes to mind right off the top of my head is Starseeker Tarot and Fountain Tarot. I know there's another one. I do like it with Future Ancestor Tarot too. Yeah, it's just really beautiful. So yeah, it does have the chakras in there as well. I think the cards that are like this style, like if we're talking about in comparison, I definitely prefer this, which I think most of them are more in this format, in this kind of mixed media collage style, but it's just beautiful. The colors are spectacular. It's really so much better in person. And it's like a matte, we have like a matte finish here, but not sticky. Not too sticky, rather. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This was a Sasha Lopez from When Olga Speaks made me buy it. This one and the Color Vision, Color Vision Oracle. They're both Sasha made me buy it. Okay, Wisdom of the Sacred Oracle. All right, so back over to tarot. Let's see. We'll do this one because it's easy access and so cute, and it's the Trash Panda. I want to say this is the 2nd edition where they kind of retouched the artwork a little bit, redid the backs. These backs are gorgeous. I think they're some of my favorite backs, honestly. I think they're so beautiful. And this is also very RWS based. We have obviously some, I feel like I just said obviously more than once in like one sentence. So yeah, there's some variation here, but you pick up what they're putting down. Like, it's still very much RWS. But I love it. This is like a hug deck. This is a cheeky, silly, cozy, cute deck that I love to pull out. This is one too that I will just sit and shuffle the crap out of. It's a thinner cardstock. I don't think it has a core in it. Doesn't feel like it, but it shuffles so good. I love all these little grape soda. Oh, all these little grape soda moments. It's so cute. It's so cute. This is like my cutesy deck. There's some other really good ones out there. But this is mine. This is the one for me. I feel like raccoons are so like Gemini too. Oh, speaking of. Oh my god. I love this one. I might give this a shuffle. Let's see. I feel like every time I try to shuffle on camera, it's never good ones, but let's see if we got it. Oh yeah. So swishy. So flexy. I love Trash Panda. Okay. So cute. All right, next I have the Plant Spirit Oracle. So this is by Dana O'Driscoll. This is the same creator as the Tarot of Trees, which I do not have. Let me see if it says 49 cards. These are also big O cards. Let's see. This is standard tarot. So, got some size to it there. But yeah, this is, I would probably say, my favorite plant deck. I also really love herbal astrology, but I don't feel like I go to that for like plant medicine, plant messages. I feel like that's a very ancestral deck for me. So I'm not going to it for the plants, I guess. This I come for the plants. We have 3 keywords for each. They feel very expansive to me. This deck doesn't like shy away from some of those tougher concepts too, which I appreciate. Feels very balanced. And I don't feel like I've ever seen anyone else talk about this deck. And I think it's so good. I think it's so good. It has the elements in there. Yeah, I adore this deck. Like, this one isn't my favorite. This art piece isn't my favorite, but then we have this, right? Like, hello? So beautiful. Even this air I find, oh, just gorgeous. I love this deck. I love it, love it. The guide, it doesn't come with a guidebook. There is a guidebook available. I did end up purchasing it. Not that I felt like I was missing anything, honestly, from this deck. But I just felt like it was already so good. I was like, let's keep it going. Let's keep expanding on it. And the guidebook is amazing. It goes into like medical health benefits. Let's say for reishi, we'll go into all that, the history, science, all the good stuff about the actual plant, where it's found, all that. And then it goes into each, you get a hefty paragraph for rebirth, second chances, and renewal. And then you get like a recipe to use reishi. And then I think you also get like a ritual for reishi. And that's for every single card. I wish I had it here to show you. I've let my parents borrow it, but yes, I love this one. And again, oh, I love this one too. Land within and without, above and below, balance, spirit and matter. It's almost like a kaleidoscope or like a fractal. So yeah, I love it. This is my plant deck, and deserves all the love. Okay, we're just moving right along. Let's see what I've already done. Offerings, that, and that. Okay. Next up, we have Nosotras Tarot. This is a, oh gosh, Portuguese, a Portuguese deck. And I had seen it posted like here and there. I think I almost bought it like once or twice, but it was the shipping that really kind of stuck me each time. These are the backs. I love them. Love them. And they are a little smaller than traditional. So we have about the same height and just that much on the side there. It is a collage style deck. Also super RWS. But I just love what they tucked it. Like, I love that there's like this little kind of, it looks like they have like that hermetic kind of winged hat on. But there's so much good, just so much symbology tucked in here. Like within this temperance. The title, everything's in Portuguese. I think it's not hard at all to figure out what you're looking at though. But I love like the time and the earth being what's kind of flowing in between the two cups here. Very inclusive. Warning, there is some nudity in this deck. I feel like it's very inclusive of age, skin tone, body size, all the things. And I just find it to be beautiful and whimsical and fun, and it's definitely feminine, but like powerful feminine, and not like it doesn't feel like it's trying too hard. I don't know. I feel like it shows so many different facets of femininity, like all at once. That's an extra card, this Anima Mundi. I love this deck. If it shuffled a wee bit better, this would be something I pulled and held and used like daily, honestly. It would be a super go-to deck. I love her. And it is, I pull this often, but if it shuffled like a dream, oh, this deck would never get put away. Oh, I love her too. One of my favorite Three of Pentacles with their Mother Mary front and center. Yeah, it's a fun one. Nosotras Tarot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Definitely underrated in my opinion. The little white book is pretty good too, honestly. Like, let's just see. It's like half in Portuguese, but do I have, let's just see what's on top here. I'm gonna cut. Boom. Boom. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, let's just read for it. You don't get much, but when I have read from it, I really enjoy what I do get. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. This card points to a moment of tiredness and impatience. In one print, he speaks of discouragement, exhaustion, inertia, apathy, desires beyond the possibilities of the moment. It is necessary to cultivate patience and expand one's vision. Let's just do one more. And again, it is being like translated from Portuguese, right? So every now and then I have to kind of discern exactly what it's saying, but mostly we're all good. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, the power of thought. In one issue, this card speaks of rationality, clarity of ideas, meditation and communication, decision-making, objectivity, evidence, dismissing illusions, and breaking with limitations. Let's just try and find a major to look at. It does give you a little bit more for the majors. Okay. We have the Magician. All right. Let's see. The Magician is alone in front of the forest where the secrets of nature are kept. It is this energy that she concentrates in her body when she raises her right hand, extending her wand. She is solely responsible for making the magic happen and knows she can count on all the knowledge she carries within herself, symbolized by the infinity on her forehead. The Magician has at its fingertips all the elements of the tarot suits: hearts, diamonds, swords, and clubs. The world of ideas, emotions, spirit, and matter is at your disposal, and it is up to her to responsibly manipulate the energies she brings into her hands. This card is linked to active drive of creativity, willpower, unique ability, and use of one's own knowledge and resources along the way. And then it gives an affirmation for, I forgot that it did that. Affirmation: I master what I have at hand and accomplish from my conscious and unconscious talents. I love this deck. Okay. Another one down. And that is the Nosotras Tarot. Also still in print. And there's the website, if it will come through, nosotrastarot.com.br. There you go. Okay. Let's do the Inner Landscape Oracle next. I just received this a couple days ago. I had never seen it before. It is printed on Game Crafter. It is still available. I got a secondhand copy on Mercari. Let's see, is the website on here? No, but you can just search Inner Landscape Oracle Game Crafters. These are the backs. These were edged by the person I bought them from, and I think they look great. I like this kind of dark teal on there. And I adore this little deck. I was stunned that I'd never seen it before. I'm going to hold this one up a little bit closer, I think. Okay. The wording, like the titles are a little small. In person, I don't have a problem seeing it, honestly. Every now and then I have to kind of give it an extra glance, but, and I don't have 20/20 vision. But I love this. I think, like, disintegration. So good. Geode. Sage. Usually when I get something like just sage or geode, it's not my favorite. I know what I get what it's trying to say. I would rather have something like disintegration, but it doesn't throw me. Like, it doesn't throw me off, and I feel like it's a very small number of cards in this deck that don't give me like something very specific. This is a favorite. This Primal Energy. This Black Snake. Eyes on You. This one's very balanced too, I feel. Pathfinder. I love Experience with a turtle. Mask. Past. Descent. Look at that. Manifestation. Decay. Inner Child. Luna. Growth. I love this deck. I've been pairing it with the Spacious Tarot, which is Chef's Kiss. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been using it in like my last couple posts, whatever, and it's so fun. Observer. And yeah, I love this and Spacious Tarot together. Synergy and awareness. So It's tiny. Let me show you. It's just a little one. I think it's so cute and sweet though. I feel like it sits in very similar spot in my collection as, oh yeah, the edging gets me a little bit. Whatevs. It sits in a very similar spot for as Roots and Wings and Earthbound Oracle for me. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out and put them next to each other. Which I love. I love both of these. I use Roots and Wings. This is an absolute favorite deck of mine. Worth the hype. Worth the hype of this one. And Earthbound, I think, is gorgeous. Every time I pull it out, I'm like, I need to use this more, is the feeling. Okay. But these three feel quite similar to me in maybe how I would like categorize. Obviously, we have the size, right? I feel like this feels quite feminine to me. Earthbound feels more masculine to me. And I feel like Inner Landscape is pretty non-binary. Yeah. I kind of feel like I could really use any of these interchangeably as how I use them, which is definitely as like a clarifier or even finding like the focus of a reading. I think I could use all three of these pretty equally, to be quite frank. The keywords across the board here, they range from, you know, in the light and in the dark. I don't feel like it leans positive or negative, any of them. They all feel quite neutral in the subject matter. Roots and Wings may lean a little bit more positive, but I think we have just a lot of florals, much brighter colors, and this watercolor is very flowy and organic and soft. So you kind of get that, but again, I feel like that's just a little bit of that like feminine touch. And it doesn't really take away to me from how expansive that deck really is. Earthbound brings in a little bit more of that like mystical, just quirky and mysterious energy with this artwork. The art is definitely more refined. But again, great keywords across the board. And I think Inner Landscape really is such a marriage of the two. So I feel like they all hold their own. Okay, I could sit here, I think, and just go through all these all day because I love these decks. But yes, Inner Landscape is a winner. I adore it. I think it's so well done. And I had never heard of it. I can't even believe it. And I got it for, I mean, I think it's like $26 brand new. It doesn't come with a guidebook at all, but there is on the creator's website that you can find through their Instagram. I know that at the very least, which is Inner Landscape Oracle. They do have like the card meetings, and they do have like a write-up for each. So I think I'm going to print that out and just have it on hand. But I don't think it's necessary. You know, it's one of those that it speaks very clearly. So that was a fun one to receive this week. The Inner Landscape Oracle. Okay, we are almost there, y'all. Let me grab the next one. Okay. The next one is the Story Medicine Tarot. I also got this on Mercari for such an incredible deal. And I love this deck. This feels sacred. I mean, it just does. It just so does. Big old cards. Nice and big. But it is on a linen, very flexible cardstock. So it is shuffleable. I kind of have to shuffle it like at the corners or from the side. So I can't get that real nice riffle shuffle, but it's fine. Okay, let's see. You come back around. But I just love, love, love this deck. It feels so ancestral and primal in so many ways. I hope the glare isn't killing this. The linen texture is interesting. It can get quite glossy. I don't know if that's picking up there, but you can really see the linen texture on there unless you're looking at it like dead on, and you can still kind of see it from then. But this is a special, special deck though, and like that emperor has to be a favorite emperor of all time. Yeah, I love this deck. This moon is one of my absolute favorites. That just looks like Grandmother Moon. There are some cards that aren't my absolute favorite. This is one. But the majority, like vast, vast majority of this deck, I just adore. Such inclusivity as far as body sizes go, and age, I would say too. Not so much on like skin tone, but I mean, you're not going to find it all in every deck, you know. But this is a good one. This is one that I really only will pull one or two cards. I have pulled like 3 to 5 cards. Still got beautiful readings out of it, but I think it really shines at like 1 or 2, and then really sitting with the story and the yeah, just the art of it, and really getting in there with 1 or 2 cards has been my favorite. I'm gonna go over the guidebook. It's teensy-tiny, but it is packed full of good stuff. So each suit goes through its own story, and it will include, so like, let's see, this is the woman with horns. So this is swords, and it tells you this story. It tells you the whole story, and then it gives you the wisdom message. So this is like an overall message of the entire sword suit. And then it goes into the major themes. So the guidebook doesn't start with the full. It starts at strength. And it's like all of the majors that are associated, at least by this creator, associated with swords. Yeah, because like chariot, that's Cancer, so that would be more water typically, but lovers is Gemini, so air. Anyways, I love how this is set up. The story itself is beautiful. Let's see, I'll read one. We'll just read Ace of Wands. Comes. Pentacles is Wands at the end. Okay. Ace of Wands. So we get this little blurb here. It's named The Wild Flame. I am wild inspiration. I will strike you when you least expect, and I will dare you to chase me to your highest dreams. Follow my light now. Let's get, okay, we have the Empress here, which I also adore. I adore this. Okay, let's read for the Empress. Okay, she's tied to the Pentacles. Okay, Empress, we have the birthing queen. I am the powerful drumbeat of all the women, past, present, and future. I pound loudly, so you never forget your strength. I am fertile land and soft clay. I can make something from anything I am given. I am life and the rhythm of all creation. I mean, need I say more? Let's pull for a, okay. For a court, we have the Daughter of Wands. So that is like the page. And it gives it from like King, Queen, Knight, pages. It is renamed Daughter of Wands for the page, Young Mother for the Knight, Goddess Mother for the Queen, and Grandmother for the King. Okay, so Daughter of Wands. Oh, itchy nose. Okay, Daughter of Wands. I am big magic stirring, brewing within. I am anxious to know my place in the world. I desire more. I want to be on fire. I am longing to create something. I am longing for my roots and the stories of my family. I keep stirring the cauldron until I know. Yeah. Again, you just get a couple sentences for each, but I think everyone is just, I've enjoyed my work with this deck. I look forward to more. I look forward to more. And oh, get in there. And yeah, love that one. I know there's like a second edition, but it's like all different artwork, and they have like words and like quotes and such on the cards. I don't think I'll ever get that. Who knows, right? But maybe once I really work more in depth with this, maybe I'll be ready for some more layers. But I love the story medicine. Okay. Last oracle I'm going to show is the Hack Your Nervous System. So I don't use this for like divinatory reasons. It does have, it's very much a tool. It's very much a specific, like you go to it for something quite specific. So it is, let's see, 60 evidence-based practices to help alleviate anxiety, reduce stress, and retrain your nervous system. So we have lots of different exercises, just ranging from, say, breath work to different body-focused modalities, all evidence-based, and they are all designed to, they're like somatic practices, right? I'm really working on this year strengthening my mind-body connection, feeling safe to experience feelings and experiences and wounds within my body, and not just like analyzing them or thinking my feelings, but actually feeling them very viscerally. To do so, you need to feel like safe, right? So this is something that I got for myself, and I already really love it. It is broken up. There's no guidebook. You don't need it. It's broken up into 3 sections. So purple cards, mild stress and maintenance. So exercises for when you feel relatively good and want to enhance that feeling. These practices actively build resilience to help you better deal with future stress and anxiety. And then we have orange cards. And it tells you at the top too. So like mild stress, maintenance, moderate stress, anxiety. So orange, moderate stress and anxiety. Practices to help you center yourself when stress and anxiety levels ramp up. A racing heart, shortness of breath, body tension. And then we have our acute stress and anxiety. Practices to help you de-escalate from seemingly uncontrollable intrusive thoughts and stress and anxiety. It does have a little disclaimer on here, which I appreciate. This card deck does not constitute therapy and is not a replacement for mental health counseling. It does have the suicide hotline number on there, and asks you to consult with a licensed counselor if you so need. And all exercises suggested are performed at your own risk. Consult your doctor for recommendations. So I think just ethically it's good for them to point that out. But I have shuffled all mine together to kind of be able to pull and see like what just in general. I like shuffling, really is what it is. So I shuffled all mine together, but I will likely at some point, especially if I'm really like having some acute anxiety, probably separate out, get all my yellows, and then shuffle up the yellow section, right? And see what I need. Or just go separate out the yellows and then look through the yellow and see like what I have the capacity to do. But let's look at them. Okay. So I'll keep them like this just so we can kind of see what it's coming from. So moderate stress and anxiety. So we have self-compassion. Self-compassion improves your ability to manage stress. So it kind of gives you some things to say to yourself, kind of like affirmations. And then it says like self-compassion is linked to reducing anxiety, stress, depression, and shame, increased happiness, well-being, resilience, and gratitude. So we have a purple here for mild stress, and we have a twisted out. So lie flat on your back, on the floor or bed. Tells you what to do with your body, right? So bend your knees so they point to the sky, and press the soles of your feet into the ground. Slightly lift and shift your hips. Tells you a couple options for, especially I think like for ability reasons or accessibility. You know, if you're like keeping the knees separated or stack one knee on top of the other, turning your head to the left, or even placing a pillow beneath you if you need it. And anchor into calm. So identify 3 answers in each category that bring you a sense of safety. So who, what, where, when. And then really diving in and like anchoring into those moments to feel safe. Another yellow with rock and roll. Sit, stand, or lay down comfortably. Wrap your arms around yourself in a way that feels loving and begin to rhythmically rock yourself. And I like that it kind of gives you this little blurb too, like it releases endorphins in the brain. And what I do appreciate about it too is it does have like these body focused ones, right? So rock and roll, sitting or laying down. This is one about kind of like going from your feet all the way up to your face and relaxing yourself. But most of them aren't body focused, which again, I think is just quite inclusive for people that have differing abilities with their physical body. So I really think it's quite accessible for everyone. So it's helped me. I wanted to make sure I put this one in just in case anyone else could use something like this. So Hack Your Nervous System is my last underrated Oracle deck. And then let me grab, this one's in the most awkward spot, so be right back. Ooh, okay. My last tarot is the La Tarot I don't speak French, so Ramures Etranges, I don't know. There's been a couple like different translations. Some people say it's like the strange branches. Some people say it's the strange antlers. I usually say strange branches because there's a lot of branchy antlers. But okay, this is a French deck. The box is really nice. It has like there's spot gloss on the front, and then this is all, is that showing up? Like the trunk or this wooden texture here is all actually textured. It's so nice. And that's the inside. It did come with this bag, but I like the box so much, I keep it in the box. So these are the beautiful backs. And again, it is in French, so it'll all be named in French, but it has never tripped me up. Some of the quartz, every now and then I'm like, which one? But it moves right along. Like valet, I think is page. And then cavalier is knight. Reign would be queen. And this queen of swords, are you kidding me? I think this is one of the most stunning decks I've ever seen. It is so intuitive. Oh, that moon. Just that rewilding energy. And the sun, oh my God. And look at the difference, right? Like they go together so well. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love everything about this deck except the cardstock. It might be the worst cardstock out of all of my decks, which sucks so much. Because this is another one that I just want to use all the time. If I could shuffle this thing, it would live on my desk, my reading area. I think it's stunning. And it's not like I haven't seen this one talked about. I just think with how incredible it is, how intuitive it is, how I feel like it's so connected to earth, but also very connected. Oh, God. It's like earth and water. I love this deck. Yeah, I wish, oh, this High Priestess is stunning. It has one of my favorite, that's a beautiful Judgment too. It has one of my favorite Six of Cups. Let's see. Oh, so, okay, so we have Reign, Queen, okay. And then the King is like goddess. I guess that word means goddess. So goddess sits at the top of the quartz. This Six of Cups. Just that feeling of like looking back at your memories, looking back at a picture and all the feels that just become so visceral. Yeah, y'all, this one is beautiful too. Oh, I love this strength too. Like, look at the reflection here. I just wish I could shuffle it. Like, let me give it... Let me give it a go. My hands are a bit stronger than they were when I last tried, but oh, it's just so stiff. I mean, my hands are stronger. Okay. It's still not like, it doesn't feel good. It's not satisfying at all, but it is a little encouraging that I've improved. Oh, my hands are so tiny. Oh. Yeah. Still not satisfying, but like it's a chunk. It is a chunk. Not satisfying, but I still would probably call this one of the worst cardstocks in my collection, but doable. That's nice. Okay. That was fun. I wanted to just kind of pull out some decks and look at the art and talk about them. So thanks for doing that with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I think there's a couple other VRs that I've looked at recently that I might get into sometime soon. I really want to do another deck pairing video because deck pairing is such a, like, it's one of my favorite parts of using these cards. So, okay, I can hear my toddler crying. I'm going to go comfort him, but thanks for being here with me today. Bye.